Hello watch enthusiasts, this is OJ Whatley coming to you live from Watch You Want in real time. Thanks so much for tuning in to our Time Talk videos. If you like our videos, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Watch You Want Inc. And of course, to view this and our entire inventory of watches, please make sure to check out our website, www.watchyouwant.com. So I have the pleasure of speaking with you today about the Audemars Piguet Millenary 4101 Automatic, also known as the AP Millenary Skeleton. What I love about this watch is its shape. It's got a massive size, and I say massive because it's 47 millimeter in diameter, but only 43 millimeters in height. And as much as it seems like it's a massive case, the watch wears very comparable to about a 43 or 44 millimeter diameter watch. What I love about this watch is the open work, that skeleton dial, the fact that you can see directly through the watch over at the 9 o'clock area. It's completely skeletonized, and you can see right through to the other side. There you can see my finger behind it. This watch is an incredible value for what it is, considering most people would look at this watch and think it's a tourbillon or think it's some kind of, skeletonized marvel. It certainly is a skeletonized marvel, but it's definitely a value of a watch. It features an offset time clock, as you can see, focused, centered more around that 3 o'clock area. And then what's really neat, it has that very cool contrasting seconds dial, almost in the center of the dial, but because it's laid over the clock, it kind of gives it a very balanced look based on that and, the bridges that you have over at 9 o'clock. Just a really cool watch. And, I don't want to minimize how cool this watch is by calling it sort of a poor man's tourbillon or anything to that effect. It's just a really neat watch that showcases, the movement and showcases all of the moving parts. As you can see the balance wheel and the mainspring and all the different parts of the watch. And candidly, and I apologize for this, I'm not quite as well versed as my partner Tim in these things. But what you really can appreciate is that you can see the moving parts, you can see the absolute skeletonization directly through the case, and you can appreciate sort of the asymmetrical nature, the way the clock is laid out, the face towards the right side, leaving open and balancing, all that metal work, the bridges and the balance spring and the mainspring, the balance wheel, and the mainspring over at 9 o'clock. Really is just an amazing symmetry and an amazing aesthetic when you look at that. And what you see is the metal base plate, which has been cut away in areas, and where you do see it is you see almost like an anodized pattern, like a Geneva striping pattern. And I'm not exactly sure what you call it, candidly. I'm sure Tim has the answer to that. But just want you to take note of it. It has a very cool look, almost has like a race car feel to it, except this is a very refined watch, as you can tell. And it's got that anthracite dial for the clock with the 18 karat rose gold Roman numeral hour markers. A highly legible and easy to read watch. Even when you look at how small that little 10 gets, or 9 and 10 get over there, it's still a very highly legible watch and a very easy watch to read. Let's just take a look at the case back. There you have in the center piece of it is that 18 karat engraved winding rotor. And again, you see that base plate again and how intricately hand finished that is with sort of that burnished pattern. So this is the AP Millenary 4101. It's model reference 15350.00.D093CR.01, but affectionately known as AP Millenary 4101, and it's the largest case size that they make. Now, interestingly, if you view our website, you'll see a watch that's very similar to this, but actually is going for around $300,000. And at first glance, you'd think these watches were very similar. In fact, the one for $300,000 is a very special movement featuring a direct impulse escapement, an absolute one-of-a-kind horological feat. Certainly this watch doesn't have that kind of horological technology, and at the same time, for the layperson, you can really appreciate that this watch is very elegant and at the same time sporty. Also, this watch Features the 18 karat rose gold folding deployment buckle with the black alligator strap. And I'm going to show you what it looks like on my wrist here. Give me 1 second, and I apologize for leaving the frame. I'm going to get better at this, but our setup is such that it does kind of become a little cumbersome. So here it is on my wrist. Again, my wrist is a smaller wrist. I've got a 7 1/4 to 7 1/2 inch wrist, sort of a baby wrist by most people's standards. And here you have it. Wow. Love this watch. Sorry about that. Oh, there it is. Whew. Again, I love this watch because it's got that thickness, it's got that girth. You certainly know you're wearing it, but it's not unwieldy. It doesn't feel like a Panerai. It's a lot more balanced, a lot more symmetrical. It's a lot more sort of spready, if you will, than your typical, Panerai and AP sport watches. It's not a chronograph, so it's not nearly as thick as any of those watches. And certainly, owing to some of its skeletonization, they are able to make that a little thinner as well. Definitely not what I would consider an ultra thin, but certainly for its size in terms of its diameter of 47 millimeter, not an overly thick watch and a super comfortable watch to wear. It just sits right centered on the top of the wrist and just feels great. I will tell you, to me, this is a watch that would feel just as comfortably worn with a pair of jeans as it would with a suit and tie or a tuxedo. Really just perfect for, I can imagine, any occasion, really. You could dress it up and you can dress it down, and I think it's the kind of watch that will definitely get people talking and asking questions about what's on your wrist. So if you like this video, please make sure to subscribe to our Watch You Want channel, Watch You Want Inc. on YouTube. As well, make sure to check out our website, watchyouwant.com. Thank you so much for your time, and as always, wear your watches in the best of health. This is OJ Whatley signing off. Have a great day.